Hello, my name is Leona Moore Brave. Please click the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. I am not at work right now. Today is a Saturday, but I found myself walking and being mad about work. Like, my coworker did this, and my coworker is so stupid, and I can't believe this happened. And I realized it's a Saturday. Why are you thinking about work? And I realized, like, I spend a lot of time outside of the office thinking about work, thinking about the petty stuff that happened, thinking about the stuff that I didn't like, thinking about toxic situations I was a part of, and it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy. So the first thing I'm going to say is, before you quit your job, which might be just too toxic to be worth the paycheck, before you quit your job, when you catch yourself thinking about work outside of work, is remind yourself that you work 40, 50, maybe 60 hours a week, and the time you have outside of work is precious. Do not fill your head with what goes on in work, because that's just awful. You need to use your time for your family, your friends, yourself, self-care, self-love, self-improvement, relaxing, calming down, sleeping. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to just sit there all week, all weekend, all night, even, because even on a Monday, we get some time to ourselves. It might only be 2 or 3 hours, but when you get off work, you get some time to yourself, and it's very hard to separate yourself from work, especially when you're just getting off of work. But you don't want to sit there being going, and I hate this and I hate that, and then you were thinking about that all night. You didn't get a good night's sleep. You were filled with anger and hate the whole night. Then you go into work and you didn't have a good night's sleep because you were up all night going over how much you hate your job. It's a vicious loop, and you got to find a way to get out of that loop, because that loop is going to crush you. It's going to break you. It's going to break your little spirit. So every time you find yourself thinking about why you don't like your job, what this coworker said that upset you, you need to remind yourself that you're not at work, and the time outside of work is precious. It is valuable, and it should be spent on you. It should be spent on you. Saturdays and Sundays should be holy days. They should be spent on you. It's every time you clock out of that office, you should check out. You should stop thinking about it, because it's going to destroy you. It's going to rob you of your time. It's going to rob you of your peace of mind. So before you quit your job, every time you think a negative thought, like every time Zach from the water cooler pops up into your mind, remind yourself your time is precious, and try to push that thought out of your head. Because one thing is, mind control is important. It's important to control the thoughts that are in your mind, and you do have control over them. So when you start thinking about your coworkers or things that went on at work, outside of work, try to stop it immediately. And then if it gets to a point where you just, no matter what you do, no matter how much you try to control your mind, you can't stop thinking about work, then that means you really hate your job. You really hate your job. And if you're getting to a point where you cannot separate yourself from your job, and your job is literally robbing you of all your peace, you can't even chill out on a Saturday and a Sunday because you're too busy hating your job. Fuck this and fuck that and fuck these people and fuck what happened. I can't believe this person said this to me and they don't appreciate me, and then you probably need to consider changing jobs, okay? But until you secure a new job, I wouldn't go into the office all kapow, 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 kapow. And make sure you secure a new job before you quit. But yeah, it is not good. It is not good to take your work home with you. I think we've all heard that expression before. So try not to take your work home with you. When you're out of the office, try to make it you time. Try to make it your time, which means not thinking about all the BS that goes on at work. So I realized I had been doing that, and now if I have a thought about a coworker or something that happened in work, I try to push it out of my head immediately and go do something else, because Saturdays and Sundays are really precious. We live for Saturdays and Sundays. As soon as Monday starts, we're can't wait for Saturday, and we just count down the time. Okay, it's Tuesday. It's not going to be that long before it's Saturday. Okay, it's Wednesday. It's not going to be that long before it's Saturday. Like, we do that. So when it gets to Saturday, you really need to forget about work and focus on yourself and enjoy your time. My name is Liana Moore Brave. We talk about a lot of things on this channel. We talk about career. We talk about international careers. We talk about teaching, but dominantly this is a music channel. So if you like underground and indie artists, please click subscribe.